afternoon and welcome to the Uncensored live Q&A session, the Trading Talk. This is a live Q&A webinar. It will be recorded as well. And you are, of course, you can use whatever questions you want to ask whatever questions you want, regardless of the topic that we are teaching. We're just going to explain a little bit how the webinar is going to happen. My name is Danny. Feel free to ask, as I said, whatever you want. All right, we will begin with reviewing the structure of the webinar. The general agenda is first we'll go through the previous questions, then we'll have the questions that you guys will be asking along the webinar, which are will be posted down here. Then we will have the third part will be a bit more informative. So I'll share with you some links here. And lastly, we'll have analysis. Even though you guys already know, we might cover analysis through the question, and then we don't need to use the example down here. And it's important to know that any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only and should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Okay, so as I said, this webinar is recorded. You may find the recording on YouTube on our channel. Hopefully today, no guarantees. Okay, so I'll make sure that the webinar is recorded as it's supposed to be, and then we can begin. So I'll be right back. Thank you very much. Excellent. It seems like everything is in place, and we can simply hit the road. Like I said, I'm Danny. This is the live Q&A. And let's begin with our questions today. Okay, so now we are, as I said, we are now, this seems a bit small, isn't it? Right, this is 20. I hope our guys is not going to be upset about that just a little. Okay, so how does AvaProtect works? Okay, this is one of the features in our website. Just before I carry on, I want you guys to know that this is not something that you have to download or install. Just log in with your email and password and you're supposed to see that. Okay, that is the web trader. It's embedded in the website, and yeah, we'll have the webinar on that platform. We also have MT4 and MT5. Okay, so the second question is how to find a good entry. Okay, I think we spoke about entry last time as well, but it's very common. This is very important in regards to analysis. Okay, the third question, what is CPI and how to use it? Pretty good. A senior account manager, this is, I think, a question that comes every webinar. Okay, and we have what is the best strategy to use? I think yesterday somebody asked me about strategies. And then this is a question, this is an interesting one. Okay, so let's just begin with it first. I'm gonna fetch the question and paste it. Where is our, it's supposed to be up, there we go. Okay, we're gonna paste the question, fold this down, and okay. So AvaProtect, what it does is it allows you to protect the position for a certain time frame. And whatever you lost during the coverage, you will get back. Okay, there is a fee when using the service, and I'm going to show you a demonstration now. Okay, it's also important to know, let's just put here AvaProtect, a few notes. It's useful for Forex, gold, and silver, and it's only available on AvaGo or the web trader. Okay, all right, just a second. All right. Now, how does that work exactly? So what I'm going to click here to sell on the or the buy. Let's just hit the buy. It's going to show me that I can cover the position with, oh, we are on, we are always, this is the currency by default. I mean, we can work with that, but I want to diverse. I want to diverse, and this is why we're going to take something else. Let's go with maybe CAD and the franc. Okay, so let's look in here for a second. You see there is a golden shield. This is to activate AvaProtect. When I'm clicking on it, it does exactly what I described here. It allows me to protect the position for a certain time frame. Okay, now what do I need protection from? Because I can lose. And as you can see here, whatever you lost during the coverage, you will get back. Therefore, if I'm going to go for 0.1, just as an example, and I'm going to use take profit and simulate to simulate take profit and stop loss to simulate the possible profit and possible loss. And this is how we can know that we can use the product to its full extent. Because as you can see, there is a fee here, and it will be pretty futile to take a position making less than 7 or losing equal to 7, because this product allows me to get back my losses, but I have to pay a fee here. So I want to make a comparison just to know that I'm using it right. See, this is already higher than the current price, current difference. This is another price. This is the difference between the CAD and the franc. So this is how many francs I need for 1 CAD, right? This is always the primary currency. Show it to you in just a second. This is as an example. Let's suppose that same comparison as we did. So this is how many dollars 1 euro worth. As you can see, it's stronger than the dollar, and this is why we need more than a dollar, a little more than a dollar, to acquire a euro. Okay. Now, if I'm using this take profit and stop loss to simulate how much I can gain or lose, let's break it down to. Okay, and now I'm going to increase from the current price. Okay, by 100 pips. Let's make it exactly 100 pips. Okay, and I'm going to also decrease here. We're going to make this one a little lower. Okay, and then I can see that the value, the fee that I'm paying, this is supposed to be 670. This is here. We need to change a little bit. Okay, and the other one that we've placed, it doesn't matter if it's right now, if it's realistic or not, but I do want you guys to be able to make this comparison before you're taking the trade. Okay, so in this scenario, we can make 100, we can lose approximately 100, and the fee that we are going to pay to cover CAD versus franc for 1 hour is $7. However, pay attention to what happens when I increase the time length of my coverage. Okay? If I'm going to cover 1 hour, this is how much I pay. If I go for 2 hours, 3 hours, it just increments of 3 apparently. So this is 9, now it's going to be 6, okay? Probably 1 day, 12 hours, 1 day, 2 days, and okay, so 2 days, it's up to 2 days. $22. Again, my potential gain is 100, my potential loss is 115. I can also increase it if I want, because again, I'm gonna get back whatever I lost, but only during the coverage. It's important to know, guys, only during coverage, and you cannot extend your coverage. Okay, it's pretty frequent question. Just a second, I'm sorry. We cannot extend the coverage. Therefore, if I would wanted to go for 1 day, and in the middle of, I decided in the middle of the position that I want another day, okay, so I can do it, right? So I have to I have to compose the position in a way that makes sense before. All right, but apart from that, that is an amazing, amazing product if you can utilize with it. Yeah, and do we have any questions so far, guys? I'm just gonna quickly get the description in here and place it down here. Let's see if we can get that to stay in one line. Highly doubt that, but we succeeded things like that before. So yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Never mind. That's good enough. All right. This is the answer, right? Okay, so do we guys have any questions about AvaProtect before I carry on? Any questions? All right, all is good for now. Thank you. Okay, so let's carry on. Guys, by the way, like I said before, take advantage of this webinar. I'm here with you for an hour. You can take advantage and ask whatever you want. And then it can be easier for you to trade if there are any things that you thought about during your journey in trading. Okay, now let's carry on to the next question, how to find good entry. Okay, so we're going to take that question, paste it down here, and we're going to see how to find a good entry. Okay, now when I'm looking at the, actually, let me pick something else. Let me pick something else. We said too diverse, even though that one looks very, very, okay, no. We're going to pick something else because I want you guys to expand your horizons. Now let's find something educational. No. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go with something. There's corn. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, let's play with corn and find ourselves a good entry. Like the question is here, in here. Okay, that's not bad. So let's, again, it doesn't matter if I click sell or buy to get the sidebar to open. And we're going to try and find a good entry. Okay. Now, how do we? First of all, what is an entry? Let's understand something here. So we're trading CFDs. When I'm buying corn, AvaTrade is not going to deliver corn to my place, right? Same apply for selling. Also, that means that I can sell without buying in advance. I mean, you probably think, okay, just a second, I'm going to sell something, but I never bought it. So how do I? Yeah, well, that's the benefit of on using a trading platform. You can sell, you can buy freely. Okay, and you can see right now when we are thinking about an entry is because the position that I'm going to open is not going to be forever. It's going to be summed to a certain time frame. Okay, it could be an hour, a minute, days, months, years, even sometimes. Okay, and I need to understand when is the best price to enter. Okay, and that's very similar to buying something at the mall on the full price, just on the shelf price or trying to find it on a discount or in a better just position to get it, right? So if I want to buy something and I can buy here, or as an example, I can buy it here or even down here. Okay, there are certain key ingredients that help us indicate just the proper price to do it. Okay, and that's what we can call an entry. Now, just a second. Okay, let's include that as well. Needs to be a bit. Okay, now when I'm thinking, actually, you know what? Let me just also put the lines down, just so we'll have a nice picture of what we have in front of us. Okay, and right now, let's suppose that we're going to go for a reversal. Okay, let's make it interesting. We're going to done for it. We're going to cover the sell scenario and the buy scenario. Okay, just to begin with, we're going to go with a buy. Now, let's write down corn. Okay, current price is 428.5. Okay, potential buy price, potential sell price. Now, why did I write potential buy price, potential sell price? Can you guys think of one benefit? Why would I not buy or sell now? Let me put it as a question. Why not sell or buy now? Share with me your thoughts, guys. Why would I want to wait for something, for an entry, rather than to buy or sell now? What's the benefit of waiting for something? Okay, let's create an area just to understand it a bit better. Okay, it's called an area in red. Okay, we are with a buy, so it needs to be underneath. Okay, and we're gonna have an area for the buy. Yeah, for the buy. Okay, that needs to be okay. Now, what is the entry that I'm referring to? What I'm thinking entry is actually the price that I'm going to use to enter the position. And I need to destine a certain price. I don't have to. I can destine a direction, but we understood previous discussions. I've explained that the direction keep on changing. So just buy or sell without any specification is futile. The reason is, I'm going to go to 1 minute. I understand that the direction can practically change every minute, right? Just keep on changing. Yeah, the direction changes, and this is why we need to be specific. Now, when I'm looking at this price, 428, if I'm buying now, that means that as long as the corn keep going up, I keep making profits. Okay, keep making profits. Yeah, can make it this way, right? And below the price, my losses. Now, in a buy scenario, area of demand, you have to be, Alfred, this is nice, but give me a little more specific reason. Why would I want to wait and not to buy or sell now? Because the idea with entry is, as I said, if I can buy something in discount and then sell it later for more profits, I'd rather do it than not buy something expensive and sell it for smaller profit. Okay, now this 428 that I'm looking at, I understand that underneath there are levels of support, and above we have levels of resistance. So if I'm capturing those levels, 426, 424, that means that this is approximately $2 down. This is $4 down, okay? And then I can understand, okay, if it turned around here, maybe it can turn around again. If it turned around here, maybe it's going to breach down and it's going to break the support, right? Even further. This is the first line of support. This is the second. So let me just quickly. Okay. Okay, let's proceed with days. I don't want to complex anything too much. And let's suppose that buying now is actually a potential, it's good potential for buy. Let's suppose, okay? Now, that means that this whole area, if it keeps going up, I'll make a profit. However, if I'm buying here, this becomes my profit area, right? From that price onwards. That means as long as it keeps going up, I'll keep making profits. So what I can do instead of buying now is I can launch. There is a pending order here. We used to call it in MT4 and MT5. It's called pending buy or sell, right? Sell limit, buy limit, and I can just place here 426. Okay, let's simulate again. For now, let's go for $10 higher. Just took away our profit area. That's not nice. All right, and now we are okay. Let's bring it down to the bare minimum. It doesn't really make a lot of difference now because we're just understanding the entry, but maybe later on we'll adjust it. To this one, something, right, so this is $10 down, that means 416, okay. So this is the price that we choose. This potentially is going to become our entry. Okay, 426, let's write down here potential buy. Okay, and that means that if the platform gets down to that level, sorry, if corn gets down to that level, it's gonna launch me a buy. Yeah, and then instead of this profit area, this becomes my profit area, right? Again, any price higher than that. Let's not forget the spread. Okay, but never mind. Right now, we don't want to complex anything. So this is for a buy scenario. Now, I can also say, okay, so I'm not sure that this is a buy. So I'm not sure I will can be convinced here. Maybe I want to buy here. Okay, not all the way down, but a little farther down, because I think that if it gets down here, maybe it's going to proceed going down. Okay, so I want to take it. This is just an example. Let's bring it back to where what it was. Right, I think it was this way. Now let's demonstrate the sell scenario. Oh, sorry, that should have been green, right? Here's the line. Okay, now let's understand. If I would go for a sell scenario, let's suppose that I don't believe that this is a buy. I think it's a sell. So I can either sell now, as I have explained, 428, and then it will be the other way around, right? If I'm selling now, that means that this is my profit area, this is my loss area. And I can also, if I believe that there is a reversal here, I can also sell it in a higher price. And then let's take, this is maybe a bit too high. Let's suppose if this is my middle, yeah, let's go for 431.7, right? 431. I took it away again. Okay, let's go for a sell. Again, take profit, stop loss. This now becomes 437. Sorry, 431. $10 down. And $10 up. Okay, and we're going to change it to 0.01. Now, see, we can make and lose $10. Now again, our rectangle just disappeared, and that's completely fine. Okay. All right, so that's how it's going to look for me. Right? And then I can, like I said, I can sell here, and then this is where I'm going to make profits, or I can even sell in a higher price. I can sell here, and then, right? So a good entry can be depending on support and resistance, as I showed. See people raising their hands. You don't have to raise your hands, guys. Just ask if something is not understood. You can just write it down and I will explain, okay? The general idea here, what I did is I marked certain level of support and resistance, and I made comparison of $10 difference between the fluctuations. Okay, so if I'm looking at the bigger picture here, if I'm looking at the bigger picture, as an example, that picture, I understand that there is a certain area in between that area. Okay, and for me to grasp the $5 or the $10 that I'm looking for, if it's a buy scenario, so as I said, there are a few levels that I can buy in. And if it's a sell scenario, there are a few levels that I can sell in. I don't have to sell exactly on the resistance. Resistance are the higher lines, right? Support are the lower lines, lower than the price. I don't have to sell on the resistance or in between. Okay, I can also sell now or buy now. There is a reason for me to do it, because if I do it in here, I understand potentially where it can get to. And if I sell here, as an example, and I see that down here and down there is my resistance line, support line, maybe I'd rather do it in a higher price if I can get it. Okay. All right. I hope that it made sense what I said. Guys, this is basically how you can optimize the entry and find a good entry for you. All right, so I'm just going to put here, oh, we didn't use the nodes because we used it on the chart. Never mind. So you can mark support and resistance levels, find pivot point, can use the execute when price hits to trigger automatically when reaching the price. Launch a position automatically when reaching the price. Yeah, so that's what's going to do. As I showed here, this allows me to potentially launch a position automatically. I can also use take profit and stop loss. And in this scenario, I don't have to spend a minute because everything is been done automatically. Here's my possible profit, my possible loss. I can adjust the ratio if I want. I can also adjust my entry if I want, as I showed you guys for a buy scenario and for a sell scenario. And I can also see what can be the potential movement captured by this nice consolidation area. All right. Okay, let's take that and put that down here. Okay. What is CPI and how to use it? Okay. Who knows what is CPI? Who knows what is CPI, guys? CPI, guys, is Consumer Price Index. And that means, maybe I'll keep it for a few seconds if you guys want to use that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get us the CPI. Just a second. Okay. So I hope that everybody can see that, right? We're just gonna take the just gonna take quickly that, and we are going to paste it in just a second. Oh, where is our? There we go. Okay, we don't really need all of that. We are just looking for that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that is roughly a week ago. Okay, we don't really need all of that. We don't really need all of that. And yeah, I think this is enough. Okay. Let's make it this way because I want that to be as clear as we can. Now, how does CPI work and how do we use it and how it works when you do fundamental analysis, right? How is it related to the currency? Now, because we're looking at US CPI, so it's related to the dollar. How is it related to the dollar, right? So the CPI actually indicates regular baskets, regular purchase baskets, food, energies, all kind of things, summarized to a certain percentage. And when that percentage increases, that means that the product are increasing. The product's price are increasing. Now, what does that mean to the currency? Guys, what does that mean if base, I'm not talking about unusual things. We're talking about eggs, bread, right? Bread, eggs, milk. When they increase, what does that mean about the currency? Now I have to buy, if $1 gets you, let's say, 5 apples, right? 2022. Now, $1 gets you 4 apples. It's not, this is very, very aggressive. What I'm showing you now, guys, this is super aggressive, right? Let's make it this way. Even though we're looking at pretty significant increase, okay? What does that means for the currency, guys? If $1 used to get me 5 apples, yeah, in 2022, $1 used to get me 5 apples. Now $1 only gets me, again, this is 4.5 apples. Okay, let's be open-minded about it. And $1 now only gets me 4 apples. What does that mean for the currency? Correct. Now we understanding that when the currency is weakening and their things are costing much more than they used to, the economy is unstable. And when the economy is unstable, things like that happen. Okay. We're looking at, oh, get rid of that. Okay, that's what happens. And of course, as many of you know, interest rate, even though the Feds took it lower, they made it lower, but it seems like inflation is still out of control. Okay, the governments are still trying to maintain it, but let's face it, it's not like five years ago, 3 years ago. Okay, not even close. Right, maybe 3. Yeah, no, we're not. Slowly but surely, as they all say. All right. So the CPI, how do we use it? The higher the percentage gets, okay, the increase of the prices, the more they increase, the more the product will increase. So, okay, same with hasn't happened 2 years, and this is not change because the things. Let's read the price change. Do what it's written here. The consumer price 4%. Okay. Now that means that this is an increase, a seasonal increase over the past 1 year. Okay. And as I said, the more currency I have to use, more of the currencies I have to use, whether if it's a dollar, yen, pound, or whatever else I compare it to, if I need to use more of that currency to get the same product, that means that the value of my currency is not as strong. Okay, what I can buy, as an example, with 1 apple, let's suppose, again, I'm making here a very, very aggressive example, but whenever I can do that again, then I know that the economy is stabilizing. Okay, that's how you use CPI. CPI is something that we can get. I just Google it just a few minutes ago to show you guys. It didn't take me too long to get the report. Okay, I hope it helps. So that is pretty much it. Do we have any questions about that? So I'm just going to write here a brief description. Gonna make that 110. And no, I'm not sure that I'm gonna I'll be able to place everything in the presentation. Showed on the chart. Showed on the chart. How can I get a senior account manager? That one is very, very easy. Senior account manager can be assigned on a file on funded and activated account. Okay, automatically. Yeah. Or by request from customer service. Okay, and what they do, senior account manager can assist you with trading strategies, analysis, risk money management, trading plan, calculations, and so on. Okay, what is the best strategy to use? So I don't know if we had this question before, but I have a feeling that we did. And as I said before, strategies there's thousands of strategies, but there are three main trading styles, right? We have scalping, three trading styles. Scalping, intraday, and weekly. Okay, so we have scalping, intraday, weekly, and swing. Now this is short time trading. This is maybe medium time trading, call it this way, and long-term trading, okay, which also known as swing. Now, the best strategy, the best trading style doesn't have a name because everyone has different levels of skills, and everybody has different levels of availabilities. So if I'm trading short time trading, and I know that I have certain, I don't know, few hours a day, right? So okay, so I can do scalping. If I know that let's suppose I barely have 1 hour or even less than that during the week, right? So to do scalping, I actually have to do it on the computer. I'm not sure if it's, I never tested it, but I'm not sure that trading with pending orders and such this kind of method will be compatible with scalping, because the whole idea with scalping is, let me just show you an example here, is I'm looking at gold 1 minute, okay? Is what I'm doing scalping is I'm actually trying to catch the right moment. In here is somewhere I would, as an example, would buy, right? Then I can, in here, if it gets to here and I want to take advantage of this area, so I'm going to quickly sell, right? Then I can go with the trend, and if it gets to here, I'm going to go buy. Then in here, sell. So scalping is like scalping a statue or something. Just keep on doing it till you get the profits you want. Okay, there are thousands of ways to do scalping, and it's very fascinating, but at the end of the day, you have to be on the chart and do it on the chart. When I'm looking at intraday weekly is something that I can place a pending order, okay, and even if I am busy during the week and I can at least find half an hour or an hour, I can just, as I showed you here, I can just place my pending order, right? and go to work as an example, and then it's going to run by itself. It's going to trigger all those things by itself. I can adjust it, I can do it, I can customize it in a way that makes sense, but it doesn't require any time from me. Okay? And the swing is the least consumer time strategy. The reason is, again, everybody trade swing differently. You can, of course, make your position your new TV show if you really want and watch it all day, but it doesn't require you, when you swing with something. Let me show you an example. So let's suppose that I'm looking at Netflix. I think Netflix, that's a remarkable recovery. That's just insane. That's just crazy. Okay, so whoever started swinging with Netflix and had, let's suppose, even 2 lots with it. Oh, I can't show it to you now because it's still closed. We still have an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. Never mind. But let's do the math. Let's do the math together. Okay, so just quickly jotting down the numbers here. So, and this is again, because this type of question, what is the best strategy to use? The best strategy to use is something I can do with my current lifestyle, that I have the time, the capability, the skills, and the money to do, right? Yeah, so let's suppose, again, it's just to show you guys that all the strategies are amazing. You can make money with scalping, with intraday, and with swing. But the question is, just a second, 614, let's make it flat, 600 minus 175. Okay, so let's suppose I had 2 lots. Okay, so that means that times 200. All right, so I could have made, right, during how long? Let's see. This is a little more than a year. Yeah, but still. Right? Let's say around 16 months. Right, so at the end of the day, all the strategies are pretty good. But the question is how you implement and how you do the rest of the preparations, how you do your analysis, how you do your risk money management. Because even if I take a position like that, I still need the margin if something goes sideways, or at the end of the day, all those strategies are fine, right? But it needs to be logic. Everything needs to be logic. This is why we're putting a lot of effort to teach you guys to do fundamental analysis and technical analysis, and we give you all kind of information. You can also get better understanding about, I don't know, let me show you just one of the things we have here. You see, you have a lot of tutorials here to go through, and then when you make your own strategy, you find your entry, as I showed earlier, and everything together is just coming in one piece. Okay, so to that question, unfortunately, I don't have like a name of a strategy to tell you this is the golden strategy, and with that strategy you're gonna make money. That's absolutely not how it works. We have to send the store. So let me just, but I guess I can still, best strategy to use is a strategy that you can perform systematically and make profits with, right? Again, inside, under this umbrella, I can put all the things that I usually say: risk money management, analysis, margin comparison, everything in it. Everything in it. Everything needs to be in the strategy, right? Strategy by itself, we have thousands. Oop, what did I do? All right. Let's see what is what in here we can send you. Let me just quickly find the chat. I saw that just a minute ago. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna send you the links here. Yeah, I started sharing with you the links here. Okay, that is for real account. That is the academy. I showed you now the tutorials, but you can also get the academy. That there's articles there. There are all kind of interesting things there. That is something I'm going to send to you in a second. Unfortunately, we don't have time for really analysis. But what I did with corn, it's a shame I didn't explain about the candle's shape, but I was afraid we don't have the time. Do we still have it? Oh, we still have it. That's amazing. All right, so just quickly here, because we still have another 5 minutes. Still have another 5 minutes, and I want to show you why I looked at those area as potential buy and potential sell, right? You can also find those tails in larger measurements, but what I'm showing you in here, okay, is who knows what those things are? Just before I will explain what happened here. See, bearish then bullish, bearish then bullish, right? What happened in here? Anybody knows? Right. So as you can see, this is corn tried to break the support. It did break the support, to be frank, but it flinched back up. You see, it didn't proceed going down. As soon as it broke the resistance, this was the previous, every time there is a new support, right? When this support breaks, it creates another one, a new one. Okay, so it created another one, and now we have that. So it was unable to break that support, and it was unable to break that support. And from that, with that understanding, I can acknowledge that maybe selling now might not be the best place to sell. This is why I picked a higher price, right? I could be wrong. I could be saying, listen, let's go for a sell, but I'm not going to sell here or here or here. Where I'm going to sell is actually in a lower price, because I want to confirm, okay, now the support has broke completely, and I can understand it, it's real. And then we have the levels down here. Okay, so this is why in this area, as I described to you with the green and with the red area, you can see your potential gain and loss and compare it with a strategy that you want. Yeah, and then you'll see during the time with ATR or something else how realistic it can be. Okay, I hope it makes sense. All right, so this is, guys, this is for today. I'm gonna give you the benefit. Let me paste it at the chat. Right, so if you give your account manager, your senior account manager, this Q&A benefit, he can give you one-on-one premium market review, which is the most, I think, to my personal opinion, it's the most educational thing that you can get. Live review on the market, allowing you to analyze and to ask the questions and to really get down to the business in your own hands. Because at the end of the day, with all the webinars and everything, we still have to practice and to become better. All right, guys, so thank you all for coming here today. It's been a pleasure. And I wish you all a fruitful week. And that's it. Succeed and have a good day.